What do you do when the ground beneath your feet begins to shake, when everything around you begins to fall apart, and you can't stop it? Chaos doesn't send a warning. It doesn't ask if you're ready. It simply shows up, loud, unpredictable, and uninvited. A sudden loss, a betrayal, a diagnosis, an accident, a war, a breakdown. And in that moment, everything tightens. Your breath shortens, your mind races, and most people collapse under the pressure. But not the Stoic. The Stoic does not pretend the storm isn't there. They accept it. They center themselves, and they act with calm, deliberate clarity. In this video, we'll explore how to stay calm in chaos, not by avoiding hardship, but by training the mind to stand still when the world spins out of control. Let's begin. Part 1. Accept that chaos is part of life. The first principle of staying calm is to stop expecting calm. This may sound strange, but it's one of the most liberating truths of Stoicism. Don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, Epictetus wrote, but rather wish that everything happens as it does, and you will be happy. Chaos is not a mistake in the system. It is part of the system. There will be loss, there will be pain, there will be injustice, and no amount of anger, denial, or resistance will change that. The Stoic approach isn't to fight reality, it's to face it fully and with dignity. Seneca reminded himself of this constantly. Fate leads the willing and drags the unwilling. Most suffering begins with resistance, trying to force life into what you think it should be. So the first step to staying calm is surrendering to the moment. Not giving up, but giving in to reality as it is, and moving from there. Part 2. Focus on what you can control. Chaos overwhelms us because it feels total, like we've lost all agency. But Stoicism draws a clear line between what is yours and what is not. Some things are up to us, Epictetus said, and some things are not. You can't control what other people say, what they do, what's on the news, whether it rains, whether you get sick. But you can control your judgments, your decisions, your tone of voice, your breath, your courage. And this distinction is not a theory, it's power. Marcus Aurelius, who ruled during plagues, wars, and betrayal, reminded himself daily, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. He couldn't stop the wars, but he could write with calm, he could speak with wisdom, he could think with purpose. So ask yourself, right now, what part of this situation is mine? What can I choose, shift, or improve? Even in the smallest choice, you reclaim your power. Part 3. Create stillness through practice. Stillness does not come naturally in chaos. You must build it. Think of calm like a muscle. If you don't train it, it won't be there when you need it. That's why the Stoics practiced every day. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal every morning, preparing his mind. Today you will meet people who are selfish, angry, arrogant, but they are like this because they don't know good from evil. This wasn't pessimism, it was preparation. The Stoic prepares their mind like a warrior sharpens a blade before the battle begins. So how do you practice stillness? Morning journaling. Start the day with reflection. What do I expect today? What values will I live by? Evening review. Ask, how did I respond today? What could I have done better? Deep breathing. When stress hits, return to your breath. Inhale slowly, exhale fully. Voluntary discomfort. Occasionally go without comfort. Cold showers, fasting, long walks. It reminds you, you can endure more than you think. Negative visualization. Imagine losing what you take for granted, not to suffer, but to appreciate and prepare. The point isn't to live in fear. The point is to live with readiness. When chaos comes, and it will, your mind won't collapse. It will remember what it has trained for. Part 4. Study examples of calm under pressure. Sometimes the best teacher is example. Let's look at 3 Stoics who lived in chaos and stood firm. Marcus Aurelius. He ruled an empire during plague, war, and betrayal. His best friend plotted against him. His people died in thousands. Yet his journal is filled not with bitterness, but discipline, humility, and reason. He wrote, "You always own the option of having no opinion. Nowhere you can go is more peaceful, more free than your own soul." Epictetus, born a slave, beaten, crippled, owned by another man, and yet he became one of the greatest teachers of philosophy. Why? Because he understood this. No man is free who is not master of himself. He lost control of his body, his freedom, but never his mind. Seneca, advisor to the Emperor Nero, a madman, eventually forced to commit suicide by the very man he served. But Seneca didn't beg. He didn't scream. He faced death with calm and composure. He wrote, "Death is the last thing that will happen to you, so don't let it worry you in the meantime." Each of these men lived through chaos far greater than ours, and still chose serenity over panic. They remind us, calm is a decision, a daily practice, a way of life. Part 5. Calm is contagious. When you stay calm in chaos, something strange happens. Other people begin to calm down around you. You become the still point, the anchor, the eye of the storm. When someone loses their temper and you stay calm, they begin to regulate themselves. When others panic and you move with quiet strength, you become the leader without needing to command. Calm isn't just for you, it's a gift to others. And the more chaotic the world becomes, the more valuable calm becomes. Finally, the chaos will come. That's not a question. The only question is, what kind of person will you be when it arrives? Will you lash out? Will you blame? Will you fold under pressure? Or will you remember to accept reality, to control what you can, to breathe, to reflect, to prepare, to act, not react, to become the calm in the chaos? Don't wait for the storm to train your mind. Begin now, so when the noise rises, you will remain still. So when the fire spreads, you will walk with calm. So when all others panic, you will become the steady hand, the quiet presence, the Stoic. This is how to stay calm in chaos. This is the Stoic mindset.